Americana Monster, and today we're doing a different kind of reaction video. You see, I'm going to be doing my review on the new Superman, because I watched that with some friends yesterday. Just to start it out, I will have a spoiler section. We're going to try to do this section spoiler free, because not everybody has watched it yet. But, we're going to do spoiler free section around the end. I will tell you before I get into spoilers though. Anyways, sorry. Pretty much 9 out of 10, the movie. I personally loved it so very much. I would rewatch it. It was really good. I know I definitely did not catch everything, but that's okay. Not everybody's gonna catch everything on your first ever watch of a movie. Pretty much, the movie, had a lot of comedy, but like when it was necessary. It also had a lot of emotion. David Cornsweet as Superman, amazing casting. I know in the very beginning, I doubted it a bit. I was like, bring back Henry Cavill. Then I was like, well, honestly, let's see a new interpretation. I was okay with that. And then seeing how he did the Superman character, I loved it. So I woke up, excuse me, I woke up like in 40 minutes ago, so, I'm not the most energetic right now. But pretty much, it was pretty good though. It was not just pretty, it was very good in my personal opinion. I loved so much of it because, like, the movie had so much emotion where I was shocked at parts, but it had the comedy that it needed at other parts. And Superdog, Crypto, brought so much comedy. I'm trying to think of how to do these spoilers. Lex as the main villain, but like planning a lot of stuff behind the scenes, very good. I feel like Lex Luthor would be like that. So they did pretty good with that. I love the fact that Lex Luthor was so hell-bent on killing Superman, and he had studied him for years. I also like how the movie did not like waste our time. Like, yeah, Superman was an alien that came to Earth. No, we already know that. We know that already. We know that Superman came to Earth from Krypton when he was a baby. We know that. But also, I can't remember all the trailers, so I'm trying to figure out what not to talk about before the spoiler section, because we are 3 minutes into this, and I'm not describe it, because there was just so much. Some minor things. One part I did love. I'll use my phone to help me with this part. There's a part where it's Superman, Martha, and Jonathan Kent, right? I don't know what I'm saying right, like I'm talking to you, like a conversation. Anyways, so this is on the table, and Martha is right here, and she's going, "Hey Clark, how is it?" But she's like an old, like, more country woman, but she's yelling at the phone. She's yelling at the. She's so old. She's yelling at the phone when it's right here, and then the Jonathan Kent, the dad, says like something, but Clark can hear it, and then Martha goes, "Pa said this," blah blah blah, and I'm like, I'm giggling in my seat because it's funny how they did it. A lot of it was very funny. I loved so much of it. What else? I did love the relationship between Clark and Lois. Excuse me. I love that relationship. It felt like pretty real a bit. There were arguments, of course. It's not going to be perfect, but how in the end they made up. Um, a lot of it though was so unexpected. Some of the things, I'm like, oh my god. Also, I love how they did Guy Gardner. He was fun. Same thing with Hot Girl and Isabella Merced did really good. Same thing with, what is it? I don't know his name. The guy who plays John Nolan. Wait. See, this is why we have Google. And also Mr. Terrific. I loved Mr. Terrific. I personally didn't know much about Mr. Terrific before the movie, but now I do know quite a bit more, and I love it. Okay, Nathan Fillion is Green Lantern, and then what about? Wait, what? Where the hell is Sorry, I'm trying to figure out who played Mr. Oh, how do you say that? I hope I don't mispronounce this, but Eddie Gathegi. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I suck at pronunciations. Also, Nicholas Hoult was a really good Luther, though. Like, he gave that, like, not caring about anybody but himself. That's how he really gave it. Like, this part was in the trailer, I believe. There's, like, a part where, let me just use, I'll use a controller for reference. So he's walking, and then I can't remember exactly what it was, but there's something that flies past his face. Like, that could have killed him very easily. And he literally makes no reaction. He's like, and it's just like, how the hell are you not even being like a little flinch? No, he's just so like focused and like cold that like it was amazing. And also, I'm gonna be honest, I thought Luther and Clark were in love at some point. They had that vibe at some point. There's some points where I'm like, they're lovers. Also, I love the way that Luther was pretty much stopped. I love that. Um, what else? I love the two villains they had. Ultraman, who I believe was in the trailers. He was also in some old leaked set pics. So yeah, there's an Ultraman in there. Which you don't know is, at least in the comics, evil, different universe Superman. And you have the engineer, who can pretty much just create, think Iron Man's nanobites, kind of, or nanobots, not nanobites, nanobots, from Endgame and Infinity War, how you kind of create a lot of things with that. Or Big Hero 6, that's a good one. The little, like, bots, I forgot what they were called in that, but, like, those little bots, that's pretty much how they were. But they, like, come out of her. She was, like, pretty much all of them. And she could create pretty much anything with them. I know Superman did get beat up a bit, and that he wasn't perfect, and he did make quite a few mistakes throughout the film, but he learned from it, which is kind of a human thing to do, and I love that part, because he did talk about that at one point, where he's like, yeah, you know what, I might not be human by your standards, but I still wake up in the morning, put one foot in front of the other, I still make mistakes, but I try to learn from them. That's like a thing he talked about, and it's true. And that's how being human is. But there's just so much in that movie that, like, I need to watch it again. And, like, excuse me. I need to watch it again to take notes on it because of how good it was. I loved it. I need to take notes on it, though. Excuse me. Because I can't get everything out of that only one watch. But also, I liked how in the like final battle, how sorry, how Superman was like using like different like kind of parts of the environment at some points. Like there's a part where he grabs like a like cement thingy with like rebar on it and like uses it as like a baseball bat kind of to hit someone. But yeah, just the movie, very, 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 very good. I would highly recommend it. Even if you're not the biggest DC fan, you don't really have to be. All you really have to know is that Superman came. Well, also, they also talk about it in the beginning, kind of. They just have, like, text on the screen pretty much talking about, like, 30 years ago, an alien baby came to Earth from, you know, from Krypton. What else? But also starts, this part of the trailer, starts with Superman falling into the ice, beat up, which is we're seeing the teaser trailer where he's beat up, and then like Crypto runs and then starts jumping on him. Crypto thinks he's playing, I guess. But yeah, just the movie was good. I really don't know how to fully talk about it um, without saying that it's a really good movie, and I highly would recommend it to you if you know you like superhero movies. It's an amazing movie, and I would recommend it. Okay. I would say it is time for some spoilers. Why not? And also, before we get into the spoiler-free section, I would just like to say, either every Saturday or Sunday, depends on when I'm able to, I go live here on YouTube and also on Twitch from 5:30 to 6 around then to about 9:30, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for both of them. But yeah, excuse me. I would recommend you come check it out. Anyways, let's get on with this spoiler section. Um the fact that Luther was behind like helping countries go to war so he could take over land and also get to kill Superman. Amazing. Amazing. I love that. Um Also like how they did Metamorpho. How he was in Lily like locked up by excuse me, by Luther. How he had Metamorpho locked up and had him like fight. Or no, had him like sorry, had him like keep Superman at bay by creating kryptonite. What else was it? Sorry, I you try to remember everything. Um, One thing I was didn't quite care for, especially because it didn't really matter that much in like the final finale. Metamorpho's baby. It could do something in the future of the universe. I don't know, but it didn't really do that much for the story, except really help Superman escape from the containment, which was decent. But not the craziest thing. Also, I thought Ultraman was Hayden Christensen, like Anakin Skywalker, like look for a second. Cause I was like, is that him? Just the hair. It was David Cornsfoot, I believe. Still, sorry, there's a train. But yeah, I loved how they did that. I love that. I love how Ultraman was a clone because if I feel like if they did do the multiverse thing, um, it would have made just it a lot very confusing for new DC fans. They probably would have been like, "What the hell? We didn't sign up for a multiverse movie. We signed up for a Superman movie. What the hell?" Um. I like how it turned out why Crypto wasn't listening to Superman. It's because it was Supergirl, her dog. Um. The fact that she was off getting drunk was funny to me. I wonder how they're gonna do her movie. I wonder if they're gonna make her kind of like a really silly character. I don't know. Excuse me. Anyways, what else? Um, how the Superman learned he kind of had to like be okay with killing at times if it was absolutely necessary. Um, like, sorry, OBS had frozen. I was like, what the hell? Anyways, I love the fact that Superman did kind of learn he had to kill sometimes when he killed Ultraman by dropping him into a black hole. I love how we never talk about that. Superman literally dropped Ultraman into a black hole. And also, I love how the world was like splitting apart because of the Rift thing. Because Luthor was like, yeah, it'll draw out Superman. And then how it literally could have destroyed everything. Um, and I love how like Mr. Terrific was like helping out like to save Superman. He was like, we're not gonna do all that, but you know what? The pissed off guy, I'm gonna do it. Also, I loved how the clip where it's like the country about to go to war, be invaded. How the boy was still holding the Superman flag, holding out hope. Love that. And then the fact that then Guy Gardner comes in with like just a shield to protect the boy, and then comes down, and then just a bunch of like middle fingers and like hands come out like slapping, and a bunch of middle fingers, boom boom, all over the place to destroy tanks. Love that. Um, I love how a hot girl attacked. Was it the president of Bolivia, and she killed him. Drop. Like she pretty much was carrying him, and he like, you're not gonna kill me. Superman doesn't kill, and she's like, I'm not Superman. Just like that. Like he falls, and then right before it cuts, like of him falling, right before he hits the ground, it cuts to I don't know what the hell it was, but like I think I got pillars on it falling into water. Insanity. I'm like, okay. So yeah, he's dead. That man died. Um, also Metamorpho helping Guy like protect the villagers of, I can't remember the country name. I apologize for that. I can't remember the country name, but protecting and like finding out the let me check what it was called. Was it no? Was it? It was Bolivia, right? Or Bolivia? Wait. Sorry, I just want to make sure I can get it like very accurate. I don't want to like say the wrong thing. Um. Wait, I can't. It was not Bolivia. Oh. Oh no, it was Bolivia. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, no, Bolivia was a country being invaded. I apologize for that. Okay. Okay, Superman does protect Bolivia. I do apologize for that. Um, Bolivia was not the evil country. It was... I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, I don't know what... I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, I do like that Lex had his own pocket universe. Or dimension, whatever. Where he had, like... He would, like, take money from, governments to keep political enemies there. He would also keep ex-girlfriends and personal enemies. Insane. Um, Also, I think he had a type for blondes, because I know at least two of them were blonde. But, what else? I do like how Jimmy Olsen, um, used Eve, I think that was her name, yeah, Eve, to, tell him details about, like, or, like, she sent, like, the photos, and then it had, like, maps in the back, showing that Luthor wanted to take over. I don't know what the country's name is. Um, I can't remember what it was called. Um, what? Excuse me. But was it Bolivia? Wait. Wait. 2025. I'm trying to figure out what the country's called. I'm sorry, I'm like having to research this now. I cannot remember their names. Oh wait. First to see the movie. I don't care about that. Plot. Come on. I do apologize. Boravia and it wasn't Bolivia. I hate life. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I could not remember them. Boravia and Jarhanpur, right? Okay, so, oh yeah, Baravia was the evil ones. Okay, I remember that right. Jarhanpur was the good one. Oh my god, I hate that. I'm so sorry, I could not remember those names. I thought it was Bolivia, because I saw like some post saying it was Bolivia. I was like, okay, I'll run with that. It was not. Um, so yeah, okay. So, sorry. So yeah, pretty much they fought. Superman saved, Bar, yeah, Baravia, right? No, Superman saved I'm getting them mixed up. Superman saved Jarhanpur before the movie, like, plot happened. And pretty much, Lex did create a fake villain. They, like, fight, in the name of, Baravia, which he did have connection with Baravia, but still, it was literally just Ultraman in armor. Like, a lot more armor than he was in already. Um, then, when Jarhanpur was, like, I love how, part of it was Superman was supposed to, save Jarhanpur, but also, sorry, uh, stop, like, the rift, or, like, from splitting the entire world apart. So he just has the Justice League go help that, except Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific was with Superman to shut down the thingy. Um, and I love how when Lex is giving his speech at the end, Crypto comes, whoop, what the hell is that? Anyways, Crypto comes, boom, boom, starts attacking Lex till, like, Superman gets him to stop. And, what else? Um, see, this is me trying to remember everything. Excuse me. Let I get tell I'm not reading off a script. I can't remember shit. Oh my god, wait. No, not that I can't remember shit. I have to remember it. I also like how when Superman's pinned down, he's probably not gonna win at that point. Cause an evil clone of him holding him down, he goes, and Lex is like A1, A1, cause that's like the like thingy that like Lex created to stop Superman. And then Superman just does a little whistle, and Crypto attacks Ultraman. Love that. Also loved how Lex had been studying Superman for 3 years. Excuse me. I love how Lex was studying Superman for like 3 years. And also how, oh my god, why am I blanking out? Also how, I feel very stupid right now. Also, the post-credit scene is just, at least from what I saw, my friends didn't want to stay. Post-credit scenes? Oh, I'm fighting my friends. So I'm going to fight my friends. Sorry. Oh my god. Yeah, the one with Crypto. That one, okay. Um, okay, so I didn't miss out. Okay, not much happened in the post-credit scenes. Alright. At least I didn't know there's a second one, because my friends tried to rush us out instead of waiting. Excuse me. Anyways, very good. The movie, I'd recommend it. I'm trying to remember what else really happened. I have horrible memory sometimes. The fight, though, the final fight, with, like, Superman fighting off Ultraman, the engineer, and also the Raptors, or whatever they're called. Love that. Especially when he's fighting the Raptors, and, like, doing little spins with the laser eyes, and fighting with Crypto. Crypto is how... See Crypto's throw hands? I loved it. Yeah, the movie had a lot of funny moments, a lot of emotional, where I'm like, oh damn. You can like tell that Superman is really going through it. Because, oh wait, I didn't talk about yet. Superman was sent to Earth to take it over. But he didn't know that. the message that he was sent with was damaged. So before like the finished message was completed, it was like, yeah, talking about, yeah, we're gonna send you to Earth so you can do good and help Krypton, and then cut you off, or then it's such a glitchy and you can't hear it. Then it was decoded and what it said, and it was talking about how they Superman's parents, Jor El, and I can't remember the mom, her name, but pretty much how they wanted Superman to like take over Earth for like Krypton, blah 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 blah, have a secret harem of wives, which Superman didn't have, honestly. And Superman literally had an entire crisis before Jonathan and Martha Kent were like, as parents, we only give you the tools of what you need. Your actions are what determine who you are, not what we do or tell you to do. And so Clark still saves the day. He decides that I'm gonna go with what I thought, what I interpreted the first half of the message to be. But yeah. So pretty much, Clark took it very, like he took that as like, maybe my parents weren't the best for Earth, but I'm not gonna let them dictate what I do. So he saves the day still, which I love. Excuse me. Also, you see Superman use his powers for at some points, like when they're gonna through the black hole and be able to use his super breath just to push everybody out of it, like they'll repel them backwards to get away from it. I kind of like that to show Superman using his like powers for puzzle solving a bit, being like, okay, what should I do here? There's really nothing I can do. Let's just yeah, and then um, what else? I really like the messaging behind the movie. Pretty much, that was how I kind of saw it. What I interpreted as a message, being like, just because your parents are one way doesn't mean you are that way. You can be different, and it be okay. You don't have say your parent was a horrible person. You don't have to be a horrible person. You don't have to. And I love that. I love how they kind of gave that like feeling. Excuse me. Guys. It feels kind of early for me, so I'm like still kind of waking up. So I might. Sorry about that cut that just happened because people wanted me outside of my room. And a car going by very loudly. Great. But yeah, I would highly recommend the movie. Very good. I don't really know how else to describe it because it was a fun movie. The messaging, I loved it. And the story was compelling. And like I said, emotional. Also liked how they had the romance of Superman and Lois without like ruining the movie. Because some movies will like some superhero movies, ruin it with just too much romance and all that. I think it did very good because honestly, why Superman was saved because Lois was like, anybody gonna help me save Superman? Like, hello, let me save my boyfriend. Hello. Love that. Um, sorry. Um, I also loved that final part where Superman and Lois sneak off to do an interview, and then they just like kiss while playing, and then Perry White, like the owner of Daily Planet or whatever, the manager of like the people there, is like turns to Jimmy Olsen, I believe, and goes, "How long have they been hooking up?" Like they're not even hooking up; they're dating, but you know. So it was funny. The comedy in the movie was pretty good. I personally liked the comedy they had. Cause, hey, oh my god. Because the comedy did not feel like it was weighing down the movie. Like some newer Marvel movies, comedy sucks in it. It's just they focus way too much on the comedy. But with this movie though, did not feel like that at all. Yeah, I love how just the movie did not feel like it like just being weighed down by romance. Didn't feel like the comedy was weighing it down. It felt right. and I loved it. Now there are, of course, a few flaws. That's why it's only a 9 out of 10. But there was so much good that I did, in fact, love it. I adored that movie so much. But that's really all I can talk about because I'm like, I can't remember everything because I can't remember every part of a movie. I'm only human. I'm only human after all. Okay. Anyways, I guess that's gonna be video because I can't remember really everything else. So I guess that'll be it. Bye bye, y'all. See ya. I hope I do see you on my screen, but if I don't, that's a-okay. Right. See y'all.